Good morning, Flosstube. It's Lori of Mischievous Stitches. It is Saturday, May the 6th, and I'm back with you this morning just to show you a few things. First, I'm going to show you Tut's mask. I'm bringing this out today because Lorna of the Ladybird Stitcher had recently showed her whip of this piece. And when I mentioned that I had also stitched and finished it, she asked to see it. So here it is, Lorna. He is stitched in DMC and way too much chronic. I stitched this within the past 10 years, but don't know exactly when I completed him. But he is just a beautiful piece. And once again, it's another one that I do not have framed. But when I frame him, I want to frame him. It's going to be an expensive frame job. I have in my mind how I want to frame him. I want to have a linen mat, and of course a golden mat, double matted, and I have a love of Egyptian history. I have a love of history, period. But Egyptian history is one of that is special to me. So as you can see from my last video, I have another John Clayton Egyptian piece that I have finished. And recently I was at a secondhand bookstore in the city that I work and ran across a book for $1. It is a canvas, it's for canvas, not for cross stitch. But after watching Arlene Cohen's videos here on Flosstube, she has inspired me to stitch a canvas piece. Now, I showed you a canvas piece that I had purchased from the Dixie Darling on my trip 2 weeks ago. But this is different in that the piece that I bought from Dixie Darling was charted. This one is not. When I say charted, it would be mainly like a cross-stitch piece. You know where to put your needle, you know what the stitches look like. This is a little different, and then it gives you a diagram of the piece of canvas, and I guess with a pencil you outline what you are to stitch. And I'm interested in stitching this scarab beetle. There's lots of different stitches within it, satin stitches, back stitching. I'm interested in doing this. And if you haven't watched Arlene, she posted a new video yesterday, excuse me, and she is just very interesting. She not only cross stitches, but she does bobbin lace and black work and many different mediums within the needleworking world. So if you've not seen her, go give her a look. And today I'm taking my friend Dawn, the new stitcher, to Lexington, South Carolina, which there is a needlework store there called The Needler, and I hope to pick up the canvas and the threads I need for this piece, which is wool and DMC, believe it or not, and some pearl cottons, but I know that I can pick them up there. And we don't have any real definite plans other than the Needler. We're going to meet up with Natasha Stitcherella there as well, and we're just going to have a great day. We've got a few ideas, but nothing concrete, just going to kind of flip the coin. I did notice that our State Museum has on exhibit the paintings from Salvador Dali. We thought about checking that out. Our State Farmers Market opens this weekend for the season, so I'm interested to take a look at that. But who knows? We're just going to go wherever the wind blows because it is really blowing here. 3 days ago it was 91. Yesterday it was 57. That is unseasonably cold here. I would assume we broke some records. But anyway, also while I'm there today, I'm going to pick up the fabric for Let Freedom Ring. I see that Blitz Stitch is hosting a stitch along on Instagram for this piece, and I'm interested. I'd like to start it. I've not done an Instagram stitch along. I know that Vanna is part of that stitch along as well, and I'm sure there's some others that have joined up, but I've not looked at the Instagram page recently. And I want to stitch along and experience an Instagram stitch along, so I'm going to pick up the fabric. I already have the threads, but I'm going to pick up the fabric today. Also, here is my update on my By the Bay piece. Why ever did I wait so long to finish this up? I only have the other side of this tree and a cloud, and I'm done. Now, I will say this is 1/1 on 25 count, so I've got a good bit more to go. But my goal is by the end of the month, and then I can make a new start, because this is an old whip, and I'm going to do an old whip, new start, old whip, new start. So I'm going to give a couple shout outs before I go today. If you have not watched, let me just say, one floss tuber leads me to another floss tuber, which leads me to another floss tuber. So I was watching Pam's Crafty Corner, and she mentioned Stitch Bliss Corner. So I was checking out Stitch Bliss Corner because I already followed Pam, and I have been watching her every night. She is a stitcher, but she's just a really interesting person because she loves history and knowledge. And in every one of her videos, she shares with you. So one of the episodes I watched was about male stitchers and knitters. The other one that I watched night before last was about Henry VIII and his wives. She is extremely interesting. She has all these books on hand to show you pictures, and she pulls it off from memory. So if you've not watched her, go take a look if you like that kind of thing, because you're going to love her. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, but Kathy Haberman from Hands On Design now has a Flosstube account. She's not posting herself. She's posting snippets of her upcoming the coffee designs that she's releasing. A whole lot of, what is it? Anyway, they're all based off of songs. So if you've not seen that, go look it up. I think it's under her name, Kathy Haberman, but if not, look at Hands On Designs. And also Annie Belcher from Annie B. Folk Art. Go take a look at her. It's another designer who has found Flosstube, who had not been designing cross stitch anymore, had given away her stash or gotten rid of it, and found Flosstube and was inspired to start designing again, and is about to release a new sampler and a bee design shortly. So if you've not seen Annie Belcher, go welcome her to Flosstube. Everyone have a great day. I plan to do so with Dawn. I'm really looking forward to my trip today, and I will be back next week, hopefully with more progress on my By the Bay piece. Have a great weekend, everyone. Hugs and stitches. Bye-bye.